start, I would just like to, on behalf of everyone, thank Tim and Mimi for this absolutely amazing reception, and for gracing us with your lovely daughter, who is now marrying my best friend. So, thank you very much for that. Because we are smack in the middle of the smartphone generation, I'm going to try to keep this under 5 minutes. Otherwise, everyone will be running off and checking Facebook by the time I'm done with this. We'll see how it goes. As everyone might have seen on the programs at church, I'm listed in the thing as not a best friend or a high school friend, as Rob's locker buddy. That's how Rob and I met. Our first day of freshman year, we had our lockers next to each other. And while I might have been a little bit harsh on the educational merits of Pope John, I always used to say that the only thing I ever got out of there were my friends. I now believe that more than ever, especially with Rob. In Rob's case, we didn't have a single real class together. That's mainly because I was in all the smart classes, and Rob had friends. I didn't think it was really fair. I had braces, glasses, and acne. Rob had friends. To this day, I don't get why that's how it broke down, but it worked out okay. Even though we didn't have any classes together, I did get to see him every day for 4 years. And in the 10 years that have followed since our graduation, Rob and I have probably had hundreds of conversations about sports, Super Nintendo games, and sometimes entire conversations totally in movie quotes. There weren't many times where we discussed our possible future weddings, but in the few times we did, there were really only 2 things that we ever were able to agree on. That we were going to eventually be each other's best men, and that we were going to have our perfect girl for it. Enter Liz here. Now that they're married, Liz is technically Rob's best friend. I'm not married yet, so Rob is still my best friend. And by transitive property, Liz is now my best friend. So out of all this, I think I'm getting a pretty good deal. In all seriousness, for as long as they've been together, I've felt that Liz is an extension of Rob. She has a great sense of humor, she's compassionate, and she puts up with way more of my crap than anyone else in the show. So they're perfect for one another. Even though it's only official today, I've had a feeling this was coming for a very long time, and I think Rob did too. I was lucky enough to find love last year, and the first person I called to tell was Rob. And I asked him, I said, when did you know, my girlfriend is also named Liz, when did you know about your Liz? When did you know that you guys were going to, when she was the one? And Rob's answer was very quick and very confident. He said, about a month. For Rob, that's all it took to know that he had found his soulmate and the woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. That kind of confidence and love, especially your own, I think is inspiring. It's really, I think, something that we all should aspire to, and I personally feel very lucky that I have that sort of, love in my life with these guys. Sorry. No, okay. So, if you even spend an hour with these two, it's really plain to see that they were put on this earth for one reason. To find one another, to love one another, and to make each other laugh forever. I guess that was technically 3, but I think they all sort of, broke into one. I've heard wedding speeches that quote Shakespeare, and I've heard wedding speeches that quote the Bible, but a quote that I wanted to use, in my mind, comes from the wisest man ever, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. The quote is, I believe that when you find love, you hold on to it, and cherish it, because there's nothing finer, and it may never come again. With Rob and Liz, it's going to come over and over and over again, every day for the rest of their lives. I feel absolutely honored that they've asked me to partake in this day with them in this way, and I look forward to the rest of my life spent with them, and just seeing how their love is going to continue to grow and evolve, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it. So, to Rob and Liz, I love you guys more than anything, Cheers to you guys.